Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Today I want to do a quick trade recap on the trade that I took on the 13th of February 2026. Today I did hit 1 TP for CPI. I used this to pause my eval account and I did take this on one funded, so let me insert the clip now. So as you can see from that clip, trade went extremely well. I used my CPI account pausing trick. Pretty sure you guys can find it on the internet, but it's literally an infinite money glitch. I'm not even joking. If you hit one of those trades, you literally don't have to work for half a year. Like, it's actually insane how trading works, and how if you have multiple accounts, there's so much money to be made. You don't need to be sitting there listening to your manager nagging you to do all these tiny tasks every single day. You can have so much freedom. But yeah, let's get into it. So I won't be going over this trade again. If you guys want me to drop the CPI and how like you can trade news, I can drop that video, but I'll leave that for later. You guys can just find it on the internet as well. You don't have to have me teach it, because there's so many better people on the internet that teach it. But cool. Going on the 4 hour time frame, as I always do, as you can see, I'm extremely bearish. We accumulated up here, but then we started breaking below lows heavily. As you can see, price crumbled down on Thursday. What does that tell me? That tells me that price wants to continue going down. When price goes down, I have to ask myself two questions. First question is, okay, where is price going? We've established that it's going down. And then I have to ask myself, until when? First thing that comes to my mind is this 4 hour gap right here. I tell myself, okay, price could struggle to come below here. But then I have to also ask myself, is price struggling to bounce up from this zone? Or is it struggling to break through it? And to figure that out, I go to the lower time frame. So I'll go to the 30-minute. As you can see, as we come into this 4 hour gap, we are getting some resistance, but I'm not seeing any structure to the upside. For me to see upward momentum and upward pressure, I'd want to see these highs get broken above, and I would want to see gaps get inversed. Did we see gaps get inversed? Yes, this one, but I'll tell you exactly why this wasn't valid for me, okay? So after we swept this low, I think this is extremely important, so make sure you guys are listening, okay? This is something that caught me off so much, and this really affected my psychology. Even on Friday, I wanted to take this trade, but I didn't, and I'll tell you why. As you can see over here, we swept this low in this 4 hour Fair Value gap, and you might look at this and be like, oh my god, this is such a good inverse on the 30-minute. Let me start looking for longs. We could go higher. The reason I did not take this is because, okay, we inverse this. What do you expect to happen? After inversing a gap, I expect all these highs to get taken, right? But what does price do? After inversing the gap, it takes the low again. That inverse is no longer valid. An inverse Fair Value gap is a change in direction of price. If price truly changed, we should not be coming for a resweep. That is not valid anymore. That's a horrible, horrible, horrible Fair Value gap, or inverse Fair Value gap. So like, it might have worked this time, but I've seen this fail so many times and learned from my mistakes. I've lost so much money to the markets, where I'm so disciplined now, where like, even if I see something like this, I've seen it fail so many times, I'd rather stay out of it. It does work sometimes, but I've seen it fail way more times than it actually works. So yeah, sorry. It's literally like 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I've been driving all night. I've been working all night. I'm so tired, I just want to go sleep, but I was itching to get this video out. I don't know why. I feel like I haven't made a recap and it's bad. Cool, anyway, as you can see, the 15-minute, we did we inverse this top gap? Okay, we did inverse it, but I would also want to see body closes above these highs, which we don't get. We get a flipping sweep, which is so bad. And the next one breaks below this anyway, so sweep. And then we inverse this gap, I believe. As you can see, we inversed it. So that clearly shows that price is just messing about, and considering the fact that it's a Friday and we've already had volume come in at 8:30, from my past experience on the markets, I can just tell that price is going to mess about. This just comes with experience. You need to spend more time on the charts and then you guys will realize. But okay, let's go into market open. As you can see, as market opened, I was looking for shorts. I had this 15-minute gap and this high marked out. I don't really care about this high because there's no zone above it. I also had this 4-hour gap with this high marked above, so I want to see a sweep, inverse down, and then take targets. I do have lower targets that are marked out on the 15-minute. I'll show you guys how I got that quickly. Just go here. As you can see, we have a bunch of stacked lows inside fair value gaps, like this fair value gap in here. So it's just very attractive for price to come down. As you can see, market opens, we come down, sweep London low, and then inverse. If you were bullish on the day, this is an extremely clean long. This sweep and displacement, oh my god, when I saw this, I was like, this is the most beautiful trade I've ever seen. Best thing is, news high is still intact. You just target this. Easiest 1.6 odd that you'll catch in your life, and look how clean it is. Unfortunately, I'll be completely honest, my bias was bearish. What does that mean? I'm only looking to sell. As you can see, price literally took the draw exactly where I thought the bank was going to trigger. Stop losses right here, these relatively equal highs, and then it dumps down. Now, you might be asking, why would I not look to short over here, especially after inversing this gap? 2 reasons. First of all, we haven't inversed this bottom gap. I don't like to see any other gaps below. 2-minute, we don't inverse that. 3-minute, okay, there was no gap. But here's the problem. For my strategy, I like to see a sweep and a zone. Where's our zone? Let's go to the 15-minute. There's no zone. I'm not trading this. So low probability. I'm not risking thousands of dollars just to trade this chop. But yeah, if I show you guys the 15-minute, absolute chop fest. I actually didn't see this. Okay, let's see. So we see this high. Remember what I said? I want to see the zone get tapped, this high get swept, and then an entry. So we get that. We come sweep down here. Let's see. Would that I have entered this? Why did I stop checking price at this time? I think I was just so done. Okay, the 1-minute inverse really well. The 2-minute did not inverse, so here I wouldn't have entered because as you can see there's another 2 minutes sitting right below. I'm guessing there's a fat 3-minute that didn't inverse either. Yeah, bang in the middle. That's why I wouldn't have taken this. This is not valid. I go all the way up to the 5-minute and we're in a 5-minute. I was never entering this. That is probably why this trade did not work. But at the same time, it's a Friday. All the bankers want to go home. No one wants to be trading. Everyone's taking it chill. Everyone's just managing positions. They don't tend to add positions, especially because CPI has already come out. Just some of the trends that I've seen. But yeah, as you can see, we just slowly creep up. My bias was wrong. Actually, what would you guys even call this? Would you even call this bullish? I just call this, let's trigger everyone's stop losses. But yeah, that's the trades that I took on Friday. I have work in like 3 hours and I feel so dead right now, so I just want to end this video, try catching some sleep. But yeah, if I do take a trade today, I would make sure to drop a recap on time today, alright? But I'll catch you guys later. Take care.